Have you ever noticed that sometimes the person you're most afraid of letting down is not your family, it's not your boss, it's not your partner, it's not even society, it's actually you. Correct. It's you. Because deep down, you have made a promise to yourself that this year will be different. Finally, I'll do this. Finally, I'll leave the job. Finally, I'll start the business. Finally, I'll write the book. Finally, I'll be out of this toxic relationship. Finally, I will choose myself. You say all these things to yourself, and yet you hesitate. Not because you don't want to do any of this, but because you are scared of trying. And you are scared of trying because you are scared of failing. Okay? You are terrified of discovering you are not who you hoped you were. Today, we are talking about the fear of disappointing yourself and why the expectations that you place on yourself can actually quietly become the very thing that keeps you from growing. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Flight to Fulfillment podcast. I'm your host, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach and the founder of the Freedom Divas Hub. And today's conversation is very, very personal because many of us spend our lives worrying about disappointing other people, and we become people pleasers, overachievers, peacekeepers. We work so hard to avoid criticism, to earn approval, to make everybody proud of us. But there comes a point in life, okay, when another fear quietly takes over everything else. And that is the fear of disappointing our own self. Maybe you've imagined a different version of your life, a version where you are braver, healthier, more confident, more fulfilled, maybe more financially independent, more emotionally secure, stronger. Now you've carried that vision for years that I want to be like this. Oh, I wish I was like this. And somewhere along the way, it stopped feeling exciting and started feeling very heavy because now every day you don't move towards being that person you wish to be. Every day feels like another reminder that you're falling short of your own expectations. That, you started thinking negatively that, oh, I failed. I couldn't do this for myself. Many people don't avoid their dreams because they don't believe in dreaming or they don't believe in their dreams. Many people avoid their dreams because they believe in them so deeply that failing to achieve those dreams becomes unbearable. If you never start, you'll never fail, right? So you don't start. If you never apply, you never have to risk rejection. If you never put your work in front of everybody else, your dream will remain perfect because you will never know what was lacking because it's untested, it's untouched, so it's safe. And I have seen this with many, many women, women who are brilliant, capable, kind, compassionate, everything. Women who encourage the entire world to be more courageous, but when it comes to them, when it comes to their own dreams, they freeze. Not because they are not talented, but because they are carrying impossible expectations from themselves. They don't just want to succeed, they want to prove something to themselves. And that pressure can become very, very paralyzing. That's why you freeze, because the truth is that the fear of disappointing yourself is really not about failure only. It's also about your identity. It's also about wondering, if I give this everything that I've got and it still doesn't work, what does it say about me? That's a frightening question. But it's also the wrong question you ask yourself, because your worth cannot depend on just the outcome of one thing. Okay? So today let's explore why we are often harder on ourselves than anybody else, how fear disguises itself as perfectionism and procrastination, and how you can pursue your dreams without making your self worth depend on the result. Number one, you tie your worth to your results. Like I said, when success becomes proof that you're enough, failure will start feeling proof that you're not enough. And that's why every goal carries so much of emotional weight. But achievements, you know, can measure progress, they cannot measure your value. Number two, you expect yourself to get it perfect, get it right the first time itself. Now, come on, somewhere along the way, many of us started believing that mistakes mean that we are not capable, we should not be making mistakes. But no meaningful life is built without missteps, mishaps. Every confident person, trust me, every confident person that you admire, if you go to that person and you ask, they will tell you that they have faced disappointment because they have disappointed themselves countless number of times. They have failed at doing things countless number of times. Before they succeeded, they have faced failure. But they did not just stop there. That is the difference between them and you. Number three, you carry an impossible version of yourself. Now, sometimes, you're not being fair. You're not, you really are not being fair to yourself. You are not competing with other people. You are competing with the ideal version of yourself you've created in your head. And remember, there's nothing called perfect, there's nothing called ideal. You in your head, you've created this person who never procrastinates, who never fails, who never doubts herself, who never gets overwhelmed, who never sheds tears, who never makes mistakes. Come on, you're human. Are you not real? You are. And real people will go through imperfectionism. Real people will go through a plethora of emotions. Real people will go through countless number of ups and downs in life. So please, don't compete with this ideal version which is in your head. Number four, fear makes, inaction feel safer than effort. So, like I said, you start procrastinating because if you don't take the step, you will not fall down. Correct? If you don't try, you can always believe you could have succeeded had you tried. This is all the stories that we give to ourselves. Potential remains untouched. Hope remains intact when we don't even take the step. But the moment you begin, okay, you become vulnerable. Ironically, the safest choice often becomes the one that creates the deepest regret. So, fear, makes you not even take the action. Fear makes you just plonk yourself and just in your head think that, okay, oh, I wish I tried this. I would have succeeded had I tried. But you didn't, because you're giving yourself these stories. The truth is, you did not take that step because you were fearful of failing. Number five, your future self doesn't need perfection. Your future self just needs courage to go forward, go ahead and take that step. Your future is not built by flawless decisions. Your future is built by repeated acts of courage. You have to take tiny actions, honest attempts. You have to show up again. Every time you fall down, you have to rise again. Even if you're disappointed, you have to show up. That is what confidence is all about. Confidence is not about getting things right in the first place. Confidence is about refusing to let one outcome define who you are, or let one outcome decide the future course for you. So, if today's episode resonates with you, you should remember that you were never meant to become someone who never disappoints herself. You have to be honest, you have to be authentic, you have to be true to yourself. You have to acknowledge yourself. You were meant to become someone who knows how to forgive herself. You have to become someone who learns from herself and who believes in herself. Because disappointment is not the opposite of growth. In fact, disappointment is evidence that, okay, fine, you are trying and you are growing, and you know, you respect yourself enough to have tried something. So today I want you to ask yourself one very powerful question, that am I protecting my dreams, or am I protecting myself from the possibility that my dreams won't happen the way I had imagined them to happen? I will repeat this question for you because it is very important. Please ask yourself this: am I protecting my dreams, or am I protecting myself from the possibility that my dreams will not happen the way I imagined them to be? There's a profound difference between the two questions. One will keep your dream alive, and the other will keep your life on hold. Years from now, you won't be proud because you avoided disappointment. You will be proud because you chose to try. You chose courage, even when disappointment was a possibility for you. So, well, that's it for today. Like, comment, share this episode with whoever needs to hear this. Until next time, this is me, Ratika Seth, your life enhancement coach, signing off for now, but asking you to subscribe to the Flight to Fulfillment podcast on either Substack or YouTube or Spotify or Apple, wherever you're more comfortable, so that you don't miss out on a single dose of inspiration coming your way. And if conversations like these really speak to your heart, then I invite you to come and join us in our community, Freedom Divas Hub, where women learn to replace fear with self trust, perfection with progress, and pressure with purpose. Women in our community live a life full of authenticity, where they love themselves, where they choose themselves, and they value themselves. Until next time, dream boldly, act imperfectly, and trust yourself deeply. And remember that only real disappointment isn't failing. Real disappointment is not giving yourself a chance to find out whether you would succeed or you would fail, not giving yourself a chance to find out what you're truly, truly, truly capable of. Until next time, love you all. Take care. Bye bye.